What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Jeremy Wormy, and he's back! That's right, he's back. I know I couldn't go on the Legion of Memers stream. My internet was acting all kinds of crazy. That's not the point, though, of this video. No, this video is all about him. Who is he? Who is I that I speak of? I speak of Tucker Carlson. He is coming back, and he comes back with a response to everything, and I love what he says. What he says is just so perfect and amazing.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in
the literal sense. And I know I cut him off there, but what he's saying is true. He further goes on to elaborate what he's saying, but in a more honest sense and an accurate sense as well. You can take what he's saying here and apply it to Guardians of the Galaxy. Apply it to the Guardians of the Galaxy is a good example, but another one would be entertainment media, the shill media, people that don't tell you the full truth. Always remember that. A lot of the media does not tell you the full truth. That's why I try to tell you guys as truthful, as honestly as I can get it. Sometimes I'm going to get it wrong and I'm going to eat crow, but this is what Tucker Carlson's talking about.
In the literal sense, it could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie. A lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind.
True. Again, he is waiting to tell you further. And I know I have to cut him up. I have to cut him apart here and there just to avoid possible copyright and not just be me reacting to what he says. It is a react video, but he goes on for 2 minutes. I gotta break it up a little bit, and I'm sorry for doing this. He's talking about lies from omission, where the truth is accurate. We can take a look at, we'll use Guardians 3 as an example for this. Guardians 3 made $114 million opening weekend. I'm probably off by a few million here or there, but you get the point. That's a big number, right? That's a huge number. To the average everyday person, that is a huge number. But when you break down the fact that how much it costs to make, how has the MCU been tracking all these finite details, you realize that Guardians of the Galaxy isn't in a good way. It is actually in a very crappy position, and it's the reality. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is probably a bad example. Again, it has a chance to rebound this weekend. I don't know. I have to wait until Sunday to check that out. But that's the point. You know, you take a look at how these media outlets lie to you. And again, I'm taking this from the position of entertainment, but you can take this to the political realm. Fox News, MSNBC, they just lie. They're going to tell you the truth to the most of it, but omit a few key details, which is lying through omission. Everybody's doing it right now, and this is what Tucker's pointing out, and I love that he's pointing it out.
Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No.
No, he's not. This goes to a meme, and I should have pulled that meme up. And it was, it's the perspective meme. And I'll pull it up real quick. Media lies to you. To you meme. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Here we go. It's a really good meme, and I'll just pull it up real quick. I know it's not the best look. Crap. Open image and new tab. And I know it's bad, but this is what he's pointing out. When you take a look at this, and to most of my viewers, you get this. You get the lies, you get the misleading truth, but this is a good example. What you're seeing is this. Okay, that's what he's pointing out. This is what you are currently seeing. This is what the news is telling you. In reality, this is what's happening. They show you what they want you to believe. They don't tell you the key facts. They don't tell you the key points. There's things that they are omitting, lying through omission. And yes, this is, for a lot of my viewers, you know this already. You realize this already. These are just the realities of the world. But for those of you who don't know, this is the reality of the world. They're going to show you and frame you something in a certain position that's not true. And you can do this in entertainment media. You can do this in political media. You can do this any way you want. And hey, that's how it goes. They're lying through the admission.
No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year.
Oh, God, I love it. 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 I know I hate breaking up Tucker Carlson, but what he's saying is truth. And he's not just bashing one side, he's pointing it out. It happens to all sides. Everybody's doing it.
What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it.
That's not a guess. It's a guarantee. I know.
That's not a guess. It's guaranteed.
Real quick, I also love the fact that this feels like a Tucker Carlson clip. Like, it feels like I'm watching his monologue. I love that. But take note of what he just said. He was just let go of Fox News. What happened? We have all sorts of anecdotes. We have all sorts of things. You have Fox News trying to smear him right now, posting out clips, some of them actually fakes, what have you. But even in the clips that they're posting that are more legitimate, they're not that bad. They're actually kind of decent. So makes you wonder, why was he terminated? What did he do that was so bad? That was so awful? He said something he wasn't supposed to say that was too close to the truth. And that's the sad thing. You can't tell the truth in modern day. You got to go with the narrative, even on Fox, even on Newsmax, even on these sites that are supposed to be for the right. They're only escape valves. They're only to tell you the proper narrative and get along, not tell you the whole truth.
Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true.
Again, 100% accurate. That's why, love YouTube or hate it, Rumble is better in some regards, much worse in other regards. Harder than heck to stream over there. But what he's saying is accurate. You need to be able to have these dialogues. You need to be able to speak. You need to be able to have healthy debates. And what he says next is freaking amazing because it tells you where he is going.
Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's
We don't have a democracy. We have a constitutional republic, but yeah.
why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech.
Yes, accurate. I try to allow free speech on my channel to the best of my ability, as long as it doesn't run into YouTube's term of service and stuff like that. And sometimes I do have to whip out the Johnson and say, hey guys, we can't go this far on Ballbusters. But I try my hardest. Rumble is a whole lot better. Not great, but a whole lot better. But there is one platform that is somewhat better than YouTube, believe it or not, on free speech currently. Still not great, but better.
The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now.
I just wanted to get through that. Yeah. Twitter has its problems. You can go back and see me railing against Elon Musk for what happened to Brittany Venti. You can see that. I can point that out. It is still better than YouTube, oddly enough. Not great. Not great in the slightest. But it's more free. It is a place where you can say things that I can't say here on YouTube, but there's still some limits. You gotta get a win where you can get a win. But him pointing out Twitter is the most important part, because the team up is announced.
Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing.
What he's saying is also true. For my job here on YouTube, I have to be on Twitter. I have to interact on Twitter. I have to do research. I have to use Twitter for my job, essentially. Now, outside of that, if I wasn't on YouTube, I probably wouldn't use Twitter, to be brutally honest. Even though I've made tons of friends, even though I've become a part of the Legion of Memers, even though I have met people that I greatly admire, I greatly care about, and I think are just some amazing people through Twitter, I probably wouldn't be on it all the time if it wasn't for YouTube. Or at all.
And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets.
Again, accurate. Now, Twitter's changing that up a little bit. You've been seeing community notes go on a rampage. You've been seeing things that Elon Musk has done in PR. But he's still accurate. A lot of the fact checkers are run by Media Matters, Mediaite, what have you, which are just political wings. They're nothing more than propaganda, but these are your fact checks. These are where things come from. Remember that. There is a bent even to the fact check.
You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Accurate. 100% accurate. 100% truth. No lies detected. And yeah, you need free speech. You need to fight for free speech. And I get it. I'm more of an entertainment dude. I don't get uber political on my channel. You can figure out where I line up on some issues iffy at best. But what I'm saying, why did I play this on my channel? Why did I talk about Tucker Carlson and a little bit on my channel? Because it also correlates with the entertainment industry. It also correlates with how people in the entertainment industry, how IGN, CBR, Kotaku put out their news. That's the reason. It has a bent. They're going to be telling you something, but they might be omitting some key details that would make the situation a whole lot different. And you need the full context to decide whether something is one thing or another. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for coming by. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. I'm almost to 1K, so please help me get there. Once I do, I'm shaving off the entire beard, and I'm doing the Truffle Shuffle live on Ballbusters. Secondly, hit that thumbs up, share it out, friends, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.